Now at 5 and streaming on crossroadstoday.com, new details in that nightclub shooting on Houston Highway. And the Biden administration asking the Supreme Court for the removal of the razor wire at the southern border. Plus, in Japan, a deadly earthquake leaves thousands displaced as the death toll rises.
Well, good evening, everyone. Here in South Texas, here we are in January. We're going to have periods of light rain, not frozen rain, but at least some precipitation most of this week. We'll be talking about that coming up, so stay tuned.
Houston's new mayor sworn into office, his plans for the city this afternoon. You're watching 25 News Now at 5.
This is breaking news from 25 News Now.
We begin with breaking news this afternoon. Fire crews responding to a vehicle fire at 4301 North Bend, Jordan. We have a reporter on the scene and we're going to provide details as they become available. For now, this is all we know. Again, this is at 4301 North Bend, Jordan. Now, at around 11:20 this morning, Victoria police tried to pull over a teen accused of speeding in the 3800 block of North Navarro. Police say the girl led them on a short chase that ended at Mistletoe and Laurent near Shields Elementary. Authorities took the teen in juvenile detention center and nobody was hurt. There was an officer-involved shooting at the Goat nightclub Sunday around 3 a.m. Victoria police officers were called for a disturbance at the club on Houston Highway. While officers were investigating, they say gunfire came from a vehicle as it was leaving the parking lot. This led to an officer-involved shooting. The Texas Rangers are investigating, but at least one person was reported to have been hurt. A senior Hamas leader has been killed in Lebanon. Salih al-Arari was killed in a drone strike in southern suburb of Lebanon today. That's according to officials with Hamas and the Lebanese group Hezbollah. Two other members of Hamas were also reportedly killed and several others injured in the strike. Lebanon and Hamas are both blaming Israel for the strike, but Israel has not taken responsibility. An advisor to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, they did not confirm nor deny whether Israel authorized the strike, but said it was a, quote, surgical hit on Hamas rather than an attack on the Lebanese state, unquote. Over 100 buildings and homes were damaged in a fire that broke out following Monday's earthquake in central Japan. Today, fire crews worked to rescue people believed to be trapped under a 7-story building that had collapsed from the 7.6 magnitude earthquake. Thousands of Army personnel, fire crews, and police officers from across the country have been dispatched to the worst hit area in the relatively remote peninsula there. The death toll now stands at 55. Now that's according to Japanese officials, but that number is expected to grow. Leading us to your Veer poll this afternoon, you can scan that QR code right there on your screen. The question is, have you experienced an earthquake, yes or no? We want to hear your opinion on this. Come to crossroadstoday.com/vote to take part. And of course, we're going to have an update on 25 News Now at 6. Now in Ukraine, at least 5 people have died and 112 injured following an extensive Russian missile attack overnight, which mainly targeted the Ukrainian cities of Kyiv and its surrounding regions. In a statement released on Tuesday, the Russian Ministry of Defense said it had targeted Ukraine's, quote, military industrial complex, unquote, and its sites used for the storage, production, and repairs of weapons. In a video address posted Tuesday, Ukrainian President Zelensky condemned the attack and vowed that Russia will be held accountable for every life taken. And now let's pause on the news and take a look at your forecast with Chief Meteorologist Mac Perez. Mac, Happy New Year.
Thank you very much. Happy New Year to you as well, Karina. Well, yeah, here we start the new year. It's winter. It's January. We should be cold and damp. Well, we are getting a little bit of shower activity, even though we've got a little break there for a couple of hours. It's coming back. This stuff is coming in from the south, but the big stuff is coming in from the west. We'll be talking about how you can look for a rather soggy night. We'll have all that coming up in just a moment. Back to you, Karina.
Mac, thank you. Let's turn to the city of Houston, where newly elected Mayor John Whitmire wasted no time. He was sworn in at 12:01 on Monday and immediately reiterated the priorities of his administration.
I'm ready to go to work, support our first responders, be very transparent with the public.
Those first responders include police officers and firefighters. Both departments are understaffed and, in the case of firefighters, working without a contract for years.
You can't not pay your bill, Tom, since 2017, and then expect somehow the firefighters continue to not be able to provide for their families, that's something that Mayor Whitmire has said and committed to very clearly, that we have to end this. There is no other path.
He has been consistent on his message. Public safety first.
Improving public safety is a tall order, but Whitmire started the job by immediately going for a ride-along with HPD Chief Troy Finner and said he wants to meet with other chiefs this week to figure out how they can all work together.
Oh, we have to work together. I mean, we have a good relationship with a lot of the constables already, but there's a whole lot of small municipalities within the city limits, and sometimes we don't communicate well with them.
But above all, Whitmire said he wants City Hall to be open to the public and transparent, which is why, after a public inauguration downtown Tuesday morning and an abbreviated city council meeting, he will meet with any Houstonian who wants to meet with him, something he told us he would do when he sat down with him the morning after he won the election to become the city's 63rd mayor.
And let people just come talk to me, talk to their mayor. They can greet me, or they can tell us their frustrations, and I'll have staff there. We've just got to make City Hall more accessible.
The fight between the White House and Texas Governor Greg Abbott is reaching a new level. The Biden administration is now asking the U.S. Supreme Court to let the U.S. Border Patrol cut the razor wire at the southern border. Last year, the Lone Star State sued to halt the wire removal, claiming that it is a destruction of state property. Texas officials also explained that it's effective in keeping illegal migrants from entering the U.S. A federal appeals court recently ordered Border Patrol officials to stop cutting the wire pending court proceedings. That led to the Justice Department to file an emergency application calling for the High Court to overturn the decision. Now, several priority bills signed into law in Texas this year are on pause due to lawsuits. The Dallas Morning News reports the bills range from determining what books students can read in public schools to banning minors from viewing content or performances deemed sexually explicit. The most recent state law to be affected by lawsuits authorizes state and local police to arrest migrants who are believed to be in the state without proper legal documentation. To read more on these 30 new Texas laws that went into effect January 1st, including ones that outlaw diversity offices on college campuses and made changes to the Texas tax code, you can read the full story by the Texas Tribune on our CrossroadsToday.com website. Now remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Crossroads Today. Hit the like button and click that notification bell. For now, stay with us. A suspect opens fire in the Colorado Supreme Court building. That's coming up on 25 News Now at 5. Also ahead, a heads up to all current and new college students. The FAFSA application will be looking different this year. What you need to know straight ahead. A man is now in custody who investigators say broke into the building that houses the Colorado Supreme Court. Colorado State Patrol says they responded to reports early Tuesday morning of a two-vehicle crash. They say one person involved in the crash pointed a handgun at the other driver. The man then shot out a window on the east side of the Colorado Judicial Center and entered the building. While inside the building, he held an unarmed security guard at gunpoint, took the keys from the security guard, and made his way to the 7th floor where he fired several shots. The man surrendered to police at around 3 o'clock Tuesday morning. No injuries were reported from the incidents. Harvard President Claudine Gay announced Tuesday she's stepping down in a letter to the Harvard community. Gay was undone in part by her responses at a congressional hearing last month and an ongoing plagiarism scandal. At the House hearing, she was criticized for a lack of direct answer regarding policies and procedures to fight against bullying and harassment of Jewish students. At just 6 months, Gay had the shortest presidency of any Harvard president since the college was founded. Alrighty, now listen up, future and current college students. The new FAFSA arrived during holiday break, and there are a lot of changes to what students should know about and how this could impact colleges and students during this upcoming year.
A trimmed-down version of the free application for federal student aid, or the FAFSA, is now available online.
You never know what federal aid you might be eligible for.
The new FAFSA, which will determine federal aid eligibility for the 2024-25 academic year, has reduced the number of questions for students from as many as 108 to as few as 18. The Department of Education says some applicants can complete the form in less than 10 minutes. The revamp, approved by Congress in 2019 and 2020, is a response to criticism that the previous process was too complicated and simplifies applications in two major ways. First, a tool connected with the IRS will allow all applicants to pull appropriate tax data from their parents' most recent income tax filings with their parents' consent.
The student will go in and say, yes, you can pull any information on file at the IRS for me. And then the parent will also go in and do the same.
Second, applicants can now skip questions that just aren't relevant to them. Also revised, the way aid is calculated. That's expected to boost the number of lower income students eligible for federal Pell Grants, which do not need to be repaid. But the new calculations eliminate the so-called sibling discount, where students who had a sibling enrolled in college were eligible for more aid. Late January, setting a tight clock for institutions that typically send aid award letters in March.
They will be scrambling to get those turned around so that students and families have adequate amount of time so that they can consider all of their options and make their enrollment decision.
In Washington, I'm Karen Kafa.
First, Americans were cutting the cord. Now it appears more and more people are canceling their streaming services. That has forced companies like Hulu, Netflix, and other streamers to bundle their products, offer discounts, or run ads to keep their businesses profitable. About 25% of subscribers have canceled at least 3 of the most popular streaming services over the past 2 years. That figure stood at just 15% 2 years ago. Now, if your New Year's resolution includes exercising more, eating healthier, or improving your mental health, you may be able to find motivation to stick with your goals from the help of a 4-legged friend.
If you're looking to make a healthy change in the new year, a furry friend may be just what you need.
There's a variety of ways that pets can play a role in helping people through the holidays, throughout the year.
Stephanie Filer with Shelter Animals Count says pets can keep you motivated to move. Whether it's taking a dog or cat on a walk outside or playing in the backyard, staying active can benefit you both. Filer says animals can also boost mental health and allow for social connection, not only to your pet, but others you may meet when you're out.
You can connect with dog owners, you can connect with your neighbors more, and it just really helps reduce isolation, especially for seniors or people that are homebound.
If your resolution is to eat healthier, there are many foods which are good for you and your pet. Just research which fruits, veggies, and proteins are safe.
It can be everything from carrots and green beans and apples, and then, fish and chicken, and even for cats, they enjoy small amounts of salmon and eggs and chicken and turkey and cheese and all kinds of things.
Finally, Filer says saving an animal can help you feel good in the new year.
Whether it's adoption or fostering on a temporary basis, bringing an animal in that is in need of a good home is something that can absolutely give you a sense of pride and increase your mental health as well.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
That's absolutely right. It's a great idea. My dog takes us out every morning to do you know what. Anyway, good afternoon, everyone. The cloudy skies and the rain is around the area. Maybe it's not raining where you are right now, but I'm sure you're going to be getting damp overnight. It's 56 right about now. We managed to get up to a high of only 57, which is, actually below our average temperature of 65. We did not get any official rainfall out at the airport for the beginning of the new year, but I'm telling you, between today, Friday, and Monday, we may see a total of an inch for the beginning of January. We'll have more on your forecast coming up in a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Karina and I are discussing our New Year's resolution that begins tomorrow. Not today. Tomorrow we're going to start. Anyway, we do have some rain around the area. Now, here's the city right there. You can see how we did have a little bit of clearing there for about an hour or two, but now the shower activity is beginning to get a little bit heavier. I mean, this is not, heavy thunderstorms, but it's light to moderate rain showers, and some of you are going to be getting wet, certainly if you're driving around this afternoon and evening. This is actually the beginning of what's going to be a series of storms coming through the region. Now, as you see on the big picture, the heavier activity is up here in the northwest, up along I-35. Well, if we widen up even further, you can see right about here there's a circulation going. It's in the higher levels of the atmosphere. We call it an upper level low. It's coming through, but it's definitely picking up the shower activity over Dallas, Fort Worth, right down 35. It's wet right now. And of course, I don't know if anybody's coming home, but it's about time to come home. And then you see it right there. The stuff we're getting is coming in from the Gulf, but this stuff will be rolling through toward us tonight. So I believe that from this evening in the midnight, we're going to be looking for increasing shower activity. And the good news is this one's going to be gone by tomorrow. In fact, it is, shall we say, one in a series of systems coming through. So there again is the city. There you can see how the shower activity is a little bit heavier south. And over here it's kind of interesting. We have almost a line of little heavier showers from just north of Goliad all the way down to about the Three Rivers area. So that's incoming, okay? It's incoming for us for tonight. Now here's that upper level low I was telling you about. It's right about here, so it's on top of us. So it'll be moving out fairly quickly. To the north, we do have some Arctic air, but it is not moving in our area because this thing is going to pull it up this way. Then off the west coast, you've heard about the huge problems of 25 and 30-foot waves slamming onto California. That storm they've got, we're going to be dealing with it on Friday. Here is the rainfall totals that we have had. So a few little spots here and there around the region, but generally speaking, between San Antonio, Austin, all the way up to Waco, they had the heaviest stuff, and well, Stephenville and Brownwood are really getting it for today. So what do we expect? Here's Tuesday, 5 o'clock. You can see how this system pulls away. And by Wednesday sunrise, it's pretty much gone. So your Wednesday is looking good. Your Thursday is looking good. But then here it comes. When does this get here? Well, it'll be on Friday. So let's take a look at your extended outlook. For tomorrow, the day planner, 50 in the morning, 57 in the afternoon. But you're going to be looking at periods of light rain early and then clearing in the afternoon. Of course, we're getting a north wind, so that's why we're staying on the cool side. And then for those of you in Cuero, we start off at 48 in the morning, get up only to 56 in the afternoon. Little light rain in the morning, but a little break in the cloud activity in the afternoon. 7-day forecast, well, you can see how we'll be in the 50s tomorrow, overcast with a little break late in the day. And then Thursday is not a bad looking day. Then Friday, we get that next frontal system, the one you saw moving in from California. That one's going to give us a better shot at rain, so that's Friday. The weekend's looking good, but then there's another system behind it because, you know, in wintertime, these things move a whole lot faster. That's your 7-day forecast. Reminding everybody we do have a QR code. Love for you to scan that, put Crossroads Today on your phone. Here's Karina.
Thank you, Matt. Coming up next on 25 News Now at 5, we'll take a look at your stocks. Plus, a woman sues Hershey for their faceless Reese's pumpkins. Find out what we mean straight ahead. Taking a look at your stocks, the Dow down 74 points, the S&P 500 down 43 points, and the Nasdaq down 314 points. Oil down $1.27, closing at $70.38 a barrel. X is not worth as much as when Elon Musk first bought the platform, formerly known as Twitter. Investment giant Fidelity estimates its shares of the company have dropped in value in just under $5.6 million. When Musk was buying Twitter back in October of 2022, the investment giant said its stake was worth nearly $20 million. Now, we've all heard of baseless lawsuits, but Florida has a faceless lawsuit. Cynthia Kelly filed a class action lawsuit against Hershey last week. She's accusing the chocolate giant of false advertising. Kelly was upset when the Reese's peanut butter pumpkin she purchased did not look like the outside wrapper. According to Kelly, Hershey misled consumers with their faceless chocolate pumpkins. An official for Hershey told the Washington Post the company cannot comment on pending matters. And stay with us. We're going to take one last look at your forecast. Plus, grab your kitty because it's Meow Year today. Plus, here's a look at world news tonight right after 25 News Now at 5.
Coming up tonight, the passenger plane erupting into flames. Images from inside the plane tonight. In upstate New York, the deadly car crash and explosion. They're now saying it was intentional. And tonight, New York City and the Northeast bracing for what could be a major snowstorm. We're next.
Our streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. Stream our daily newscasts and much more using your connected TV. Just download Crossroads Today Plus on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Just search Crossroads Today Plus. Now get ready to show your four-legged friends some extra attention today because it's Happy Meow Year for Cats Day. And why shouldn't cats have their own New Year holiday? Well, you can celebrate by pampering your cat, giving them some extra catnip, or visiting a shelter and consider adopting a cat. And don't forget to wish your cat a Happy Meow Year. You know what? I did not know today was Happy Meow Year.
I didn't either. So it's the year of the cat? Is that what that is?
No, it's just today. It's just known as Happy.
Happy Cat cat day.
Yeah, meow day.
Oh, I see. Yes.
So I'm going to go home and I'm going to you stop by HEB, buy Drax a fat tuna bowl.
Hey, now
Let him
that
enjoy
sounds
it.
good.
Yeah.
I'm sure he'll enjoy that.
Yeah.
But that cat was probably 50 pounds. You know,
that cat needed to lay off those tunas.
Yeah, that's a big cat. Well, folks, the rain is here. It'll be getting a little heavier overnight. It'll be damp early in the morning, and then there's a little break. But at this time of year, the frontal system moves very quickly, especially because of El Nino. I'll explain that later. I don't have time right now. But we've got a front on Friday with rain, a break for the weekend, and another front on Monday with more rain. So just consider it keeping the rain gear handy the next few days. We'll be on and off with a little shower activity. But by and large, you don't see any freezing temperatures there, do you, Karina?
Mm-mm,
and in fact, next Monday, 76. No.
Okay.
Could that be it for winter? I certainly hope not.
I hope not. I'm still waiting for that little chill, to come in a little bit.
She likes the cold weather. So.
I like wearing the long sleeves, the coat.
Yeah, yeah. Well, winter in South Texas is 2 weeks in the middle of February. And
that's true. That's true. So what are your New Year's resolutions?
To be a good person.
To be a good person?
I don't have any.
You know what? It gets harder and harder every year.
I can't think of anything I want to do.
But
I'm already a good person.
But you will see me at the gym. And if you see me, I told this to Parker on Sunrise. I was like, if you guys see me out of breath, just mind your business. Keep on going.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody needs to get back into gear, as they say.
That's right. Thank you, Mac, and thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here tonight for 25 News Now at 6.